night. Hey, the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey while I started trying over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
and gentlemen, we welcome you from PTM Racing TV Studios live down here in Chicagoland Speedway, where tonight, Battle of Metal Racing League Xfinity Series make their return from a week-long break to now do action and do battle amongst themselves as the season continues to press on. I got everyone, I'm Christian the Crusader Driver. Welcome back to the show as always. And as we get ready to get to our action here tonight, we're going to set them off down with our A1 Glass Track Tech Talk of the evening. As we get set for this one, this is how we're looking to start it off. It will be a very unique style track, this bean-shaped like track, almost circular in design. Pretty much drivers are going to be staying around the throttle pretty much most of the time because they're having to turn left all the time. Whereas usually with these other kind of tracks that are a mile and a half, they generally have to back off the throttle going from the straightaways into the turns so they can get the car to take a set and not burn tires up. Not the case here. We'll see how well that handles for them here tonight. As we get looking at our gridding order here tonight, let's also start them up on the pole. Keep Checkmate Taylor in the number 8. We'll start them out to his outside. The Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, the 21. Number 2 is going to be Corey Reed in the 27 to his outside. That's the 87 of Kevin Baker. Row number 3 is going to be Brandon Pike in the 22 to his outside. Daniel Miglin, 31. Row number 4 is going to be Chantel Throttle Bottle in the 5 to her outside. The closer and reigning champion, Cindy the Closer Taylor in the number 7. Row number 5, Chad Lancaster in the 02 to his outside. Jeffrey Oakes in the 0 in the 20. Next row's on back we're going to see is going to be row 6, Nick Kern, the 69 to his outside. It'll be the 18, Warren Young. Row number 7, Jason Wright in the 54 to his outside. Robert Dudleyville Dudley in the 49. Row number 8, Wally Babb in the 99 to his outside. That'll be Jeffrey Todd Duffs in the 72. Row number 9 is going to be Michael Vineyard in the 48 is outside. Matthew Coffer in the 84. And the final starter in row 19, in the final row, your 19 driver, Dustin Sonaker. Race fans, here we go. Let's get them on down and get this one fired away. Bringing them off the corners, and you may see some a little bit different on our end here when we get to the green order. Actually, I'll just show you guys now what we were up to. So we did update one little thing here on our end for the streaming wise. We did do, not only on the top right corner there you see, we also have our sponsors and logos popping up for our drivers here. Something new we're trying out. Let us know what you guys think, and if you can read all that, just fine. Just something a little different we've been working on, something we've been trying to figure out day in and day out. But also on the left side, we did update the Pedal Metal logo to make sure at least it looks a little better off and a little bit in a better position. So let me know what you guys think. If everything looks looking good, everything's looking great, because we're about to kick the show on the road here in just a moment as the pace car comes around once again. Drivers preparing to do battle, preparing to get to ready for the war at hand here. A lot of hard racers in here looking to get this one dialed in. We know one driver that would love to keep that momentum going, the old rattlesnake himself, Robert Kahn. He's a bad, fast man. That 21 Ford Mustang. He looks to try to continue that winning way and perform to the best of his abilities here tonight. We'll see if he's able to do that and then some. I think he's got a long road ahead of him and a lot of hard racing to be had as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes of this race, what comes this night here on our chat. Emily Miglin joins us in. She's ready to go racing, saying ready for a great night. Have fun out there, everyone. Emily, it's a pleasure to have you on board, sweetie. Great to have you back. Great to see all the drivers back on the show. Week-long break ends it. Let's get back to the action. Green flag flies. That's Chicagoland. Well, out of the gate, Robert Kahn immediately firing out there with Keith Checkmate Taylor, but the Checkmate 8 has been pretty much steadfast here in these first corners, these first turns. Not so much on that turn 2, though. He'll have to fight his way in a little bit quicker. Coming around down the back straightaway here, the 5 Chantel Bottle already jumping on, trying to take down the 31 of Mr. Daniel Miglin. Miglin right now has been pretty consistent overall. Probably one of the faster guys I've noticed out on the track day in and day out, really putting on a show and putting on a battle. And he hasn't done much anything else differently, but that's not the case here when he gets right into Kevin Baker. The 87 of them get into one another, big collision at turn 2, and we've got a problem. Major catastrophe there on turn 2. Drivers just get a little too hard on the throttle. Looked like Kevin Baker might have drifted down slightly there. And that caused the big one to happen right out of the gate. Now, I know I just went to Knoxville in the races a couple nights ago, but that did not mean we had to literally try to imitate what they did on the last couple laps there, guys. Take a look at it here again. You can see right there, yes. Unfortunately, Kevin Baker getting kind of tagged into that one. Just kind of started that whole training wreck. See what happened exactly here. Maybe if he just overdrove the corner there or what happened. But one thing we do know is he hit that wall coming off that straightaway. Coming down the front stretch. Here it is again. Watch carefully. He drives up. Oh, he just barely taps it. Toe taps it in. Miglin gets into him. And then Oaksy get Kern. Oaksy got a little bit of a ride there. Jason Wright getting in there. Todd Tufts. I can see the 18 as well in there. I'm not sure who's driving that one. That's Warren Young down there. All right. I'd say he's supposed to be driving the car number 1. I'm not sure why he keeps changing that around. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, maybe that's just me. So our first caution of the night, unfortunately, though, here at Chicagoland Speedway, they'll slow the drivers up a little bit. Get him refired back in. Robert Kahn will be a race leader off the start, so that will settle him back in and re-rack, restack, and all that, folks. And hopefully get the show back on the road here. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more action here as the drivers pace their way around. We'll cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this quick commercial message. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's race is brought to you in part by our good friends over at Green Tech Energy, leading the way in solar energy and solar power for all. Green Tech Energy is the natural choice to use. By A1 Glass Incorporated, serving the Trinity Conception area since 2008 with all your glass needs, services, and quality auto glass replacements is what we're all about. By the Butt Kicker, best of performance for feeling on real tracks of the virtual world. The Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. By Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, matching your want with your wallet. They will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. And by SimRacingMerch.com, the perfect way to show your passion for sim racing. Well, right about now, I can say that I am rocking my Drive Through It shirt right now from SimRacingMerch.com, and I must admit, man, these guys, they give you some really comfortable shirts at a good price for what I feel, and the designs of them, oh, they're priceless. I love it. Something I love to do more than just go out here and just literally take it. I took the semi-pro fake shirt when SRX was in town for Knoxville. I actually went over there and wore that, and I had so many people asking me, where the heck did you get that shirt and what does that even mean? It was just so funny because me and my buddy were just literally laughing our tail ends off because we were both iRacers. So, but right now these iRacers, they're really worried about trying to bit laughs and jokes anymore. I think they're trying to actually get serious as we're getting the green flag ready to come back on out. Lights off the base car now as the drivers settle them back down inside there. We'll fire them away. Robert Kahn leads them off here, and last time we saw him at Chicagoland Speedway, he was a little bit of a different car out there. He was driving the Truck Series that night. But, man, he put on a fight, put on a show all the way to the end, gave it everything he had. Only fell victim to the battle later on with the first ever appearance of Mr. Bob Hutchins. Bob took him to the wire and put him to his limit. Tonight he said point blank, all I want to do is just survive and maybe get another victory in. My season has not been going the way I'd like to, and I'd like to change that here. Brandon Pike there in the 22, been fast as well. He's been a tough hombre here. We'll see if maybe the Snap-on Tools has something for him. Corey Reed, that 27, go Chris. Still looking for his first career win as well on the show with this track. I think this might be a good place for him to hit it. As we lead him on down to the green flag restart zone, they come back on the front stretch. We're back underway. Off the start right out of the gate, Dan Miglin. How about this? Getting a good run off there on the outside line. Despite the early trouble he had with Kevin Baker, damage doesn't seem to be too bad on that machine. We'll see how well that handles later on, but you can see he's trying to rock the outside line compared to everyone else going for more of the bottom or the middle. There's two lines generally most drivers will say you can hit, and that's the bottom and high side. But I would say the middle has a little bit of run too if you know where you're aiming for, and you know we're going after as well. Interesting to see how that'll play out though as we get to the back of the pack right now. The 48, Michael Vineyard, a little bit damaged up on that front of the what is that? The Atlanta Braves machine? Yeah, that's the Braves 48. As you can tell, I'm not much of a baseball guy, but he is driving that Braves 48 tonight, and unfortunately right now his front end looks about as tore up as most of my teams that are playing in the NFL these days are. Robert Dudley in the 49 Mercury Toyota Supra, coming off the clutches and the battles that he had with RX Tech Coatings iRacing League not too long ago in their finale there. Now coming out onto the show here tonight, putting up a little bit of a number, putting on a little bit of a battle. It's Wally Babb in the Caterpillar 99. tries to defend him off and keep up with Jason Wright. Both drivers in a little bit of a pickle here. It's problem start there on 31. Dan Miglin and Chad Lancaster caught into a bit of a wreck. Oh! Big smack in there, though, for Michael Vineyard. Vineyard getting collapsed in, and Warren Young, much of the same. Good Lord. This track is just tearing away drivers and tearing away these guys already, man. This is not a good sight or good start for any of these drivers. But what happened going into that turn? We'll take another look at it. Yeah, I thought right about now they're probably trying to drive on Slinger, for crying out loud, for how hard they're bumping and banging, but they forget the speeds they carry. It's a little bit different than that, and, well, from my end, it looked like Miglin may have come up while Lancaster was coming down, and unfortunately, oh, that's not what you want to do. And then for Vineyard, well, I think it's kind of obvious what happened to him there, but we'll take a look from the chopper cam here and see what exactly transpired. Both drivers were side by side going into turn 1 and 2. And they were certainly putting up a little bit of a battle there. Yeah, came right out on the outside there. You can see Miglin just kind of taking to the bottom. Lancaster and then both drivers just kind of drive up on one another. Lancaster was trying to get out of that mess, and Miglin just drove up a little too much. Didn't really realize where he was at, and I'm not sure, maybe the spotter just completely forgot how to call the race with him, but unfortunately, that was a hard little lick and a nudge that he's going to have to now suffer through and have to deal with here. And yes, folks, I know you can hear my keyboard in the background. I do apologize for that, but still haven't found a way to get that fixed yet. I need a new keyboard, to be honest with you, though. So right now, as we get things fixed up and hopefully taken care of on the track infield here, see if maybe these drivers can get the corners cooked up a little bit better, get things nice and all wheeled down. Well, you heard me say I'm having a little bit of troubles with not hearing that keyboard around here. Well, if you guys want to help support us and help fix that, there's a good way to do it. If you go to our CTM Racing TV store, we got it down, put it in the comment section down below. Check that out and check out all our latest line of products and info line you can get to help support the show and support the channel and help kind of keep this place growing and keep it going as much as we can. We certainly do appreciate your support and keep on at it. So if you can help support us a little bit more, we'll certainly try to do the best we can to give you guys the best of all shows anytime you come onto this track. Well, we'll be right back though after this quick commercial message. Drivers are going to get refiled and restacked and re-racked and all that. Who's going to take advantage of this caution restart? We'll find out when we return. Well, tonight's race also presented in part by our good friends over at gridfinder.com. That's the best way to find and student league. Filter your search by race day, geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, and car class. You need a broadcaster or live designer? Search Gridfinder, the home of online racing. By Matt Mills Racing. Matt Mills Racing Team is the best Xfinity team out there and supporting the Pedal Mill Racing League this season. If you want to help Matt Mills' journey, then follow him up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and be sure to check out his merchandise line on Facebook. By Paul's Reps, most affordable designs made at your leisure. Paul's Reps will always bring out the best designs in your library. And by our good friends over at Milgard Motorsports, fastest of fast and toughest of nails on any track, virtual world or real world. Milgard Motorsports is where it's at. Yeah, right now, I can guarantee a lot of these drivers are probably looking to try to figure out where time has gone and where time is flying by, because you can see the laps just clicking away more as we go. Mainly because of the fact that it's just been due to cautions, unfortunately. And again, that's not necessarily their fault in that case. Really, the track is not an easy track to master or get used to. This is one of those tracks that you really have to patient and you really have to keep your eye on when you're going to those turns, because again, it's easy to try to drive like a plate track. Problem is, your tires do burn up, and if you can't turn it in as well, that can end up giving you some troubles there. Yeah, Crawford saying, what's up, buddy? Good racing tonight. Can't wait to see what's going to happen tonight. Kev, great to have you on board, sir. And as I mentioned before, it was great to have you back in the booth here, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more of you as we progress on. Certainly do miss you, though, man. I really do. For those at home that don't know, again, our boy Kenneth Crawford was one of our guys that returned to the broadcast booth in Pedal Mill Racing League, our PTM Racing TV, I should say, not too long ago. Came out, basically had a little bit of fun with us and a good time, and well, I think we may have them a little bit more often to Push the Limits Racing League, but I think it'll be a little bit of a time or two before we can keep on going from there. But nevertheless, it is still great to have him back on the show and finally talking with us again. Of course, he'll always be in the comment section. We'll find him there either way. So right now they were trying to get Dan Miglin figured out. Miglin had to go into pit road due to the damages on that 31 machine. Probably not too thrilled about that or what happened there, obviously, but he'll have plenty of time to get his laps back if he can just keep up with the pace and keep up with the momentum. They are only restricted though to 1 lucky dog and then 2, and then the other driver behind gets the other lap back, so they only get 1 lap back per caution there. And again, they do have stage brakes, so that can help them necessarily, and they can get them back into place, but really it's all about timing and progression here, and it's really just a matter of time before you're really seeing things get really crazy. You see if Robert Kahn can hold off the speed of Corey Reed, though. Corey, one of our lone Canadians out here, he is a fast hombre that I feel like has yet to surely show his speeds and what he can do. I think it's only a matter of time before the Go Chris 27 gets a win here on this channel. We do know Brandon Pike is pretty fast. Checkmate Taylor. Then look at this right here. 2 females in our sport. Chantel Pottle and Cindy the Closer Taylor side by side in the third row. Chantel just absolutely killing it in the Super Late Miles right now for pedal to metal. And also, Cindy the Closer Taylor is your reigning and defending series champion in multiple fronts here. Not just for the Super Late Models, but also the Truck Series last time. So, you know, with that defending championship in her mind, I gotta believe that she is very focused and very strategizing of what she's gonna have to do to win here in these races as the pace car finally comes off out of turn 4. Lining him up to get him settled back down to the green flag. We go off the start. Lay him into him, boys. Let's get to it. Jeffrey Oaks already making a little bit of some sidewinding maneuvers there. I'm not sure. Maybe he's just trying to get around some folks, or if he's seeing an opening as they march their way and charge straight down out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Hard into the corners here, side by side racing here. Corey Reed up on the inside line. He puts up the fight to Robert Kahn. Kahn right now trying to hold him off and take him down. Reed doing a great job though, holding his line in and keeping him up to pace. Kahn known for his plate track racing, but now he's going to have to figure out how to master kind of a sort of plate track, if you will, with the added addition of trying to conserve your tires. While Keith Checkmate Taylor works his way on from the back end here, drafts off of Corey Reed. Kahn swerving around, trying to avoid the draft line. He doesn't want to give either one of those boys a chance here. Chantel Pottle with a little bit of an advantage here over Cindy Taylor for the moment, while in the back of the pack here you got some boys that went up to the front. Matthew Hoffer and Jeffrey Todd Tufts, both drivers 9 and 10 up on the positions. Laying down some quick moves and some quick runs here. Each driver looking to make their charge and make their case here. Hoffer rocking it down the back straight away as we go to the onboard camera here right now. The speeds these drivers are carrying up to about 178, 176 miles per hour right now. Is the speeds they're having and really laying into it. Looking at the back of the pack right now, you can see Jeffrey Oaks, who we saw a minute ago. Kevin Baker at the onboard camera right now. As we lead them off, everyone's still charging away, trying to get some speed, get some time zones in. Robert Kahn leads them off while Corey Reed and Keith Checkmate Taylor follow behind. And here come the ladies. Chantel Pottle and Cindy the Closer Taylor now moving on in. The men have been dominant before, but the women have now been rising to the top, and they know what it takes to win out here. Well, we know Chantel Pottle right now is currently still streaming on her end at Powell's Racing. Like many of our other streamers out here, gotta show love to them. Heck, we even had one broadcast where it was pretty much done by the streamers here. Of course, I'm talking about that big race we had with Beard FX Gaming and what they did down there at Cedar Lake Speedway. It was great to see them put on a show and have a good time there. You know, certainly would hope to see them back again, but if you guys want to, support all those streamers I've talked about before and everyone there, including even Doug Betts 3, I believe, is who I mentioned as well. So, well, speaking of which, right now looks like he's moving on the inside low. Looks like Checkmate Motorsports, and then number 8 is going to try to move his way off the corner, but you can see he bobbles out of turn 2. Drives it in a little too hard there and could not get the car to settle back down. And now he gives the advantage to Corey Reed. The 27 marching his way into the field, looking to catch up to Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn. Kahn desperately trying to hold him off as he gets that draft line in. Caution is out now for our stage break. Just like the SRX, just like NASCAR, we do have limits out here for the laps. They will have to restructure and reformat now everything in and hopefully get this one dialed back a little bit, as the field will have to find a way to take down that darn rattlesnake, Robert Kahn. Kahn stuff, man. The Motorcraft 21 is no joke out here. He'll put up a show, put up a fight, but right now, the way it's looking, your top five: Robert Kahn, Corey Reed, Chantel Pato, Keith Checkmate Taylor, and Cindy Taylor look to be the favorites. Can either one of these five drivers take home the victory and maybe then some? Well, we'll find out when we return here to PTN Racing TV with more Battle of the Metal Racing League action.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey. I start trying over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, it's currently our drivers of Battle of the Metal Racing League Xfinity Series coming off this first stage break. We've had two other wrecks here tonight immediately from the start. Kevin Baker and Mr. Megalin unfortunately getting into each other there out of turn 1, causing a big pile up there. Some drivers having to go in and get their instant repairs already. Dan Megalin currently right now getting his lap back and going to get fixed around to try to hopefully reclaim some positions that maybe have a shot at getting back up to the front here. They'll have some work to do there, but right now, that 31's got to really start dialing this one back in. A second caution came, unfortunately, with Megalin again, ironically, and it was in between him and 02 Chad Lancaster, which put both drivers down a couple laps. Unfortunately, Michael Vineyard has put it into pit road. Car having too many troubles tonight for the 48. Although I believe, to be honest with you as well, I think he is also struggling with some wheel issues tonight. Apparently, he also had to get a new setup built up and get everything cleared out, so that may be hurting him a little bit. We'll see if we can get it dialed in for next week, though, as we will be back here on the show. Coming from Chicagoland to then next week, heading down to old Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas next week, my friends. So it's the first time I believe these drivers have ever tackled that track and tackled that series. So that will be interesting to see what they'll do, how they'll be able to handle the nerves as we get ready to get out from the caution of the stage break and back to the green flag racing. Corey Reed, the 27, looking try to knock down Robert Kahn a few legs here, a few pegs. Put on a little bit of a fight here. Key checkmate there in the 8 and the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks. Both drivers known for their bad, fast creativity and speeds they can hammer in the corners. Jeffrey Todd Tufts, much of the same, and we've seen with Brandon Pike what he's done out here as of late. I think he will be one of those guys to keep your eye on. A lot of hard drivers in this one. Warren Young, he's not out of this one yet either. He's back about 9th place right now, but he's up 3 spots from where he started at. So we'll see if he can get this one kind of chip-toed around, shipped out more, and maybe Warren Young can live up to Young Money's reputation and actually get some speeds going and get creativity done. Getting word right now, Dan Miglin will be back on the lead lap as well now when he comes back up to the front. So they will go one more time around under caution, get everyone filed back in. Miglin was nowhere near the drivers there. So again, folks, we are coming to you live here tonight from the Chicagoland Speedway. This track, very big in nature, very crazy in its design, and it certainly is a track that, in my opinion, has warranted some of our best races we've seen on here from the night shows. From really back when we saw Flyby/Race Tech Coatings iRacing League go at it here in the Cup Series, putting on a tremendous race there. To then also the times that we've seen the Fast and Fun Champion Power Equipment guys come out here, and even the Green Mountain Girls putting on a little show. Those guys always love to run hard and love to run quick and fast, and I can guarantee you, man, they love to do everything they can to their fullest potential. So as our field works their way back in, troubles there in pit road. I was watching while we were under the caution there, and under our commercial break. I saw Cindy Dakota Taylor there, unfortunately having troubles getting out of pit road. Looked like she had pretty much gone into the wrong area, and then trying to get it figured back out, but it still was not registering. Looks like she's got it registered now, but she's got one big problem on her hands, and the fact that 7 has a lot of rear damage on the bumper. I don't know if she'll be able to have time to get that fixed up and quickly enough, but we'll see. Right about now, though, she's got to be wondering, when does she use that instant repair? Because she's probably going to need it later. Back to the green flag we go. Back on the start. We're back underway. Ooh, Robert Dudley a little bit loosey-goosey going in. Had a little bit of troubles there. Managed to keep it under set and under control. Corey Reed up into the wall protection. Big problems for the 27. Files him back in. Chantel Bottle will make a move off as now the drivers have to slow up a little bit. Brandon Pike involved in that one. They'll slow him down here and try to get him hammered back up. Chantel going after her old rival, the Rattlesnake, but right now down in the front straightaway. We got a battle. Here we go. For almost 3 wide saluting there. Matthew Hoffer having to deal with Robert Dudley in the 49. Mercury Sobra as a 72. Jeffrey Todd Tufts marches his way in. Both drivers in a heated battle. Dudley looking for an opening on the inside. Warren Young trying to push him as well. Hard battling in the middle of the pack here. Wally Babb with problems though on the back straightaway. The 99 comes to a sudden hold and stop here. Crashing in once more. You got to wonder, is he having more troubles down there? Caution flag is out. We'll find out for sure now. Down to figure out the situation here and what went wrong here. Unfortunately, it looks like he might have got into a bit of a tanglement with the 7 of Cindy Closer Taylor. Oh, yep. Both drivers getting tangled up in that one. You can actually see they actually saved it to an extent. Cindy was getting it dialed, and then Wally Babb, well, I'm not sure. Maybe he just couldn't get it saved or what happened, but that car was completely loosey-goosey all over the place. He had nowhere to get out of. We'll take one more look at it from our chopper cam, as we always are one to do. Just give you guys a better idea of how these things start up and what happens exactly on the track. So again, it comes right down the front straightaway. Look at this, going side by side, and then looks like maybe Sydney might have gotten slightly loose here, or maybe Wally Babb came down. Yep, there it is right there. Wally kind of came down, unfortunately, and you can see right there that really she was trying to save it, but Cindy, once she got tapped and hit, it was pretty much game over. Both drivers just took it for a ride there. So now when we come to the restart zone here, it looks like Khan will still have his race lead pretty much handily. So driver, he's actually going straight to the bottom there, probably to conserve his tires a little bit. Everyone else kind of falling in line there. Probably wondering at home, why are they going down to the bottom to conserve tires? Why wouldn't you just go stay up on where you're on the track? And well, the irony is basically when you're about ready to go in for pit road, or you need to get yourself a little bit of a tire saving ability, you need to basically try to get flat strips so you're not trying to scrape them off on those corners. Believe it or not, it does wear the tires out slightly being up on those banked areas, and that could be a bad thing for some of these drivers and hurt their chances here. Kathleen Crawford saying hashtag Team Rattlesnake, hashtag Team Kern. Crawford saying the Rattlesnake scheme is pretty neat, nice throwback to Ricky Rudd. And Robert Lawrence saying, ooh, some big stuff, fun racing so far. Robert Lawrence saying put it out, and then Robbie Lawrence saying toasted the tires, I bet, and couldn't get back under him. Yeah, I think it probably could be. But man, that's so far. I mean, these guys definitely, and gals I should say too, because obviously forget about Chantel and Cindy, but I'd say right now, everybody's been pretty much just trying to handle the dirt and handle the control of the car. And Chicagoland has been kind of making a habit of just taking them out for taking them on a hard charge. It's hard to get good. It's hard to get good racing in when this track keeps tearing them up a little bit and keeps pushing them to their limits. They really have to stay focused here, and I believe, in all honesty, just kind of watching themselves and watching what they do from here on out, because now this is where things get interesting, in my opinion. This is where you got to start pulling the reins back, tighten the straps down. Someone might have told me before. There's so many things that go down, you just know they have to stay focused. So here we go. Base the car, turns the lights off. That can mean only one thing. We're getting ready to get back to the racing. So they will have a halfway point here, and then they'll have, I think, until about lap 50. That'll about lap 45-ish, or say. That'll be when we go under caution once again for our next stage break. Robert Kahn, the Motorcraft 21 machine, for a little Ricky Rudd paint scheme throwback on that one, and then unique design of the Green Tech Energy, Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, SimRacingMerch.com, A1 Glass Fox Racing Machine, our Chantel bottle. Designed up by Paul's Wraps, of course, here. She's always making up some amazing schemes down there, and seems like nothing different on that one. Keith Checkmate Taylor in the 8, always tough to beat, tough to handle. We'll see if maybe he will be the guy to watch out for in this one as well. Because he was fast earlier on, but had some troubles getting out of that rut, out of that trouble zone. Jeffrey Todd Tufts, pretty much simple on his scheme, but not simple on his racing. He is bad fast once he figures it in. 27 Corey Reed, much of the same as they lead him off, down, around, out of turn 4 this time by. Back to the green we go, settle him off, we're back underway. It looks like that bottom run there has got a good charge compared to what the outside's doing. You can see Kahn and Checkmate both getting good runs out. Pretty clean so far, no issues here, but will they be able to keep it going? Leading their way back around out of turn 3 now. It is Corey Reed on the inside, middle spot, while Robert Dudley goes straight to the bottom shelf, corner off, 3 wide salute. Oh, almost tagging Corey Reed there. Oh, I gotta believe Reed and Dudley was probably breathing a sigh of relief there, but I don't think Dudley's breathing any more of that. He gets loose off of turn 4 on the front straightaway he goes. All that speed and momentum gone, but he manages to correct and save it, but that is definitely frustrating for the man from the Dudleyville Racing streams. Yeah, I forgot to mention he streams as well, so if you want to check out that, check out his channel on Robert Dudleyville Motorsports, I believe. Kevin Baker earlier on involved in that little hiccup he had. Now currently moving his way back up to the front. He's got this man right in front of him though, Brandon Pike, the 22 driver. Looking to make a charge, make a run off. Todd Tufts opens the door up. Now it is the Snap-on Tools Ford Mustang's turn to take on the Camaro. Warren Young running it quickly as well. Here are the 18 machines just blistering in the 18 Budweiser. Up around Corey Reed. Here Reed trying to defend him off, trying to hold him on down. Doesn't seem like he's going to get that wish or that way. As now Jeffrey Oaks and Keith Checkmate Taylor march into the field. Chantel Bottle and him, whoa, seeing him, almost getting a little bit of bumping and banging. They were side by side there coming around. Both drivers hot on the heels, hot on the clutches. Now it's Oaksy back to the inside. Jeffrey Oaks trying to make big work, trying to make big two on his promise and get around a lot of these drivers. Still looking for another career win on the show, but right now I'd say Chicagoland might be that kind of track for him. Brandon Pike still dealing with trouble there from Jeffrey Tufts as Corey Reed tries to figure out how the heck to get back around some of these guys, back around positions he was in. He's down 3 right now. He wants to get back up to his 3rd, if not by 1st, if he can. Khan's stuff to be on a long run setup, and right now he's showing you why he is that way. Nick Kern, we forgot all about him moving up in the field, the 69 machine. He's been awfully patient, been very quiet. Well, that is definitely not the case now. Here he comes. Carrying speeds up to 176 miles per hour, 178 at times. He is just wheeling and dealing this thing. Todd Tufts right now having troubles. Once again caught into the wall there out of turn 2, but managed to save it. Fights it back in. Here comes the closer, Cindy Taylor. Still damage on the rear end of that one. Has not a lot of problems there, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the aerodynamics up front to hold on. But you got to wonder, you know, is it affecting slightly a bit of the car itself and how it handles? Well, we know Matthew Hoffert seems to figure that out a little bit. Hoffert up high. Careful bringing it down low, though. He's going to stay up there. He keeps it nice and cool. He knows what he's doing. And Jeffrey Oaks certainly knows what he's up to. He is pushing quick. He's pushing fast. He wants a piece of the rattlesnake. Chantel Bottle doing much of the same here. Catching up there with the boy, Keith Checkmate Taylor. Battle of the Paul's Rasp machines here. The Checkmate versus the Fox Racing machine, if you will. The Green Tech Energy, I should say, Camaro. Both Camaros, though, going at it hard. Letting him down across the back strip here. Keith Checkmate Taylor. And I gotta believe right now, it's just pretty much coming off that career racing series. He got put back to Push the Limits Racing League, and then season 1. Probably thinking he could keep it going, keep up the momentum, but it seems like he's been kind of on a derailed motors, if you will, and hasn't really had the speeds he wants usually and how he usually handles himself. I think, though, it is not too far off from seeing a bit of a charge or two from him, and maybe more so. See if he can get that done right now, but currently the 5 still hanging right behind him and looking to take the inside run here. I know Lee Puster is usually hanging around here somewhere. Oh, there she is. She's just saying, I think now Con has met his match. Come on, Chantel, show him what you're made of. And no offense to Con, great racing here tonight. Robert Lawrence saying, take a break from getting ready for Kansas on Tuesday. Hashtag Championship Tuesday. Yeah, Robbie, we can't wait to call that one. That will come Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen, as well. For what you're referring to, the final 4 of the Championship Equipment Fast and Fun Cup Series are going at it at Kansas Speedway. And it should be a barn burner thriller for the title. Which one of those drivers will become champion? Well, you'll find out very, very soon come Tuesday night. But right now, of course, we are with the Pedal to the Metal Racing League crew as they continue to fight their way down inside line, inside position. Brandon Pike, the Snap-on Tools Ford Mustang, looking to move the inside run. He's got a little bit of a line down there. Corey Reed trying to hold it off, trying to hang it down here and keep up the pace as they fire him away. And now Robert Kahn actually showing what he's been up to. I think he was actually saving up a little bit more than anything there, Lee. I don't think you know his MO too much. He may seem like you're catching him, but he'll just run off and not care about you after a while, and that's exactly what he's doing. Right behind all of them here, you got that 22. Brandon Pike still firing away. Nick Kern going at it here with Corey Reed and Warren Young. Every driver for themselves. There's no holding back here. Really have to back the corners up and watch the turns. Caution is out, though. Caution is out. Trouble there for the 7 to Cindy, the closer Taylor. And we'll take a look at the PTMS replay and find out what happened here, although I have a pretty good idea of what went wrong. Bit of a situation here as they go 3 wide into the turn 4 and then turn 3, if you will. And Cindy just kind of got a little slightly loose there. Car might be having some troubles. And you can see she just kind of drove up a little bit, and unfortunately Jason Rife had nowhere to go. And both drivers getting connected in there. Unfortunately, Cindy driving up, though, on to Corey Reed. I believe that will send her to the back for an EOL, and I believe Rife will have to do much of the same to get cleaned up. In this case, not necessarily getting put in the back. It feels like keep the car on track for this. See right there, think about this for a second. 176 miles per hour going side by side in a 3 wide scenario and literally taking it in like that. That's just hard racing right there, and that's just a bad situation. And it looks like maybe slightly, yeah, maybe actually Rife actually just dropped down slightly, and I think Cindy might have drove up slightly as well. So actually I gotta take it back. I think both drivers were kind of just at fault there, kind of a racing ordeal. I thought maybe Cindy drove up a little more, but it turns out I think both drivers were just kind of into that one. So we'll leave that one up to you guys, but that was a racing ordeal in my opinion. As drivers are currently in pit row, getting cleared out, getting cleared up. Key checkmate, Robert Kahn. All getting tires, settle up. Kahn trying to hurry out of there. You see checkmate was pretty quick on the draw. Oh, and Oaksy. Boy, he sped out of that one pretty quickly. He really wanted that one. Kahn, Chantel, and checkmate will all be in this spot here. They'll be in a pretty decent area. Now the question is, can any of these drivers survive the last one out? Last wind down as we return to Chicagoland Speedway. Well, tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you in part by our good friends over at Green Tech Energy, leading the way in solar energy and solar power for all. Green Tech Energy is the natural choice to use. By A1 Glass, serving the Trinity Conception area since 2008 with all your glass needs, services, and quality auto glass replacements is what we're all about. By the Butt Kicker, best in performance for feeling on real tracks of the virtual world. The Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. By FEGPC.net, matching your want with your wallet. They will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. By SimRacingMerch.com, the perfect way to show your passion for sim racing. By Grid Finder, best way to find a new league, filter search by race age, geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, and car class. Need broadcaster or live designer? You search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. By Matt Mills, best in Xfinity for teams out there sponsoring and supporting Pedal Metal Racing League. If you want to support Matt's journey, follow him up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and be sure to check out his merchandise line on Facebook. By Paul's Reps, most affordable designs made at your leisure. Paul's Reps will always bring out the best designs in your library. And by Melgard Motorsports, fastest of fast, toughest of nails. On any track, virtual world or real world, Melgard Motorsports is where it's at. And race fans, this is where we're getting back to here. Drivers still getting cleared out after the little misconceptions, little troubles they had earlier on. We have gone to past that next stage here, so now it's pretty much just a full throttle assault charge now. Whichever driver gets the advantage, gets the exception here, will be up to them. Currently, though, the way we're looking at it, Jeffrey Oaks might be the favorite here on the restart, because if you look at the pit strategy here for both these drivers, he popped out at the same time that Kahn did, but he was actually a little bit faster on his end, so it leads me to believe he didn't take nearly as much fuel as Kahn probably did, thinking about that long run. But we'll see what happens here. Yeah, Robbie Lawrence saying UFFDA, that's unfortunate. Help me out, brother. I have no idea what UFFDA means, man. So Taylor, Pottle will be also with these boys as we see things get wrapped back around. We're going to get settled back down into position. Still got a few things we're working on around the behind the scenes here for our overlays and images here, folks, as well. So if you guys are liking what you see, again, like and follow us up here on Facebook. Head over to our YouTube if you're not already on YouTube watching this. Thank you again for watching our live replay broadcast there from the Facebook end. Appreciate you guys tuning on in. Hope you enjoy the show here. If you like what you've seen as well, subscribe there. And then also on Twitter and Instagram, follow us there for some photos and latest projects and information that what we will go on live and what we got in mind for the next future to come. Charge them around the Xfinity Series now looking to build back up and go at it once more as they come around out of turn 4 this time by. They'll swing them in, start the charge, make the runs, and here we go. Jeffrey Oaks will have the say. Robert Kahn's going to be put in a spot he has not been in all night long. Chantel Bottle going straight to the bottom immediately. Warren Young follows right behind her. Every driver for themselves here. And look at Kahn already just hammering the throttle down on the inside line. Him and Jeffrey Oaks will do battle for the race lead. While meanwhile, right behind them there, they've got a field of drivers marching around, fighting in for everything they got here. It's a battle for the race lead. Kahn and Oaksy going at it. Chantel got to be loving every minute of this here, just knowing these two boys will fight each other to their deaths, to their grave. If she can get around both of them. She's never won in Xfinity. She wants to change that here. Oaksy right now pushing up there with the draft line from the 5. That draft is going to be a big crucial factor. Kahn knows it. Because the fact is with that draft, that can push either one of them ahead just enough and hold out the other. Right now everyone's still kind of packing them back up, kind of charging in quickly. Now this is where things can get a little bit interesting with this many kind of drivers. They have to learn now to keep their line and hold themselves down and into position. Because otherwise this could be a very tall order for some drivers. Yeah, onboard camera here with Corey Reed. You can see Checkmate right beside him, fighting him out there. Coming up fast, coming up quick here. It is nobody's ball game, but let me rephrase that, it's anybody's ball game. It's a matter of just trying to figure out who's going to outsmart the other here. Chicagoland Speedway may have not been well known for its all-out races and battles from the NASCAR end of the spectrum, but we can't say one thing. It's definitely a track that deserves a lot more love than it got credit for. And it's just a darn shame that it pretty much is going to kind of put now down into the barn burners here of tracks that have been kind of left alone on NASCAR's end. Hopefully though that will change eventually, or maybe they'll end up doing that street course that apparently everyone's been talking about. No, we have not any intentions of broadcasting the street course race, but trust me, if it ever comes up, let you know there because we want to. We would love to get that race in, to see what it's like to call a road course, things like that. That'd be interesting. Whoa! I don't know if that was interesting enough for Hofford though, because he just smacks the wall protection there going into that turn on the back straightaway. Having a little bit of an issue there, and a situation popping up now up front as Robert Kahn fights back quickly here. Jeffrey Oaks going straight to the bottom end. But he's got to drive it back up and try to take down Oaksy. Oaksy rocking the outside line. Still a heated battle side by side. They're leading down the Motorcraft 21 of Robert Kahn, getting a good rotation off the turns and the exits. But it is Oaksy who carries the speeds off the high banks. High risk, high reward. You're seeing why that is right now as he continues to pirouette and dominate up in the front end of the spectrum. Warren Young right now looking for his first career win still in the iRacing circuit, that is. He has yet to get that in, and he wants to change that as soon as possible, he told me. He's come pretty close before coming out with a battle there in Talladega and Daytona, where unfortunately disaster would strike him there. But now it seems like on these shorter tracks, he's been pretty much making it work and making it happen. And speaking of making it happen, here comes the 5. Chantel Bottle dives down the inside line, now looking for the charge ahead. Kahn knows she's there. Can't quite hold her off though, at least for the most part, until he brings it back up and down. Yeah, maybe found the accelerator and just hits it in quickly. 26 laps remain. You can see each of these drivers probably trying to save more than anything at this point because they know they do not have the stage brake to fall back on. Corey Reed right now not having any troubles though as he marches his way inside line of Warren Young. Remember, these drivers are only working off 50% of fuel and their tires. They've only got 5 tire sets, so they can't just go and switch them out when they feel like it. They have to be very careful of that. And with a track like this on that long run, oh, that can hurt them more than they realize. Kahn doing everything he can right now just to stay with Oaksy. Jeffrey Oaks That's not giving him an inch, though. Not giving him any chances, to say the least. Marching his way in, moving it down and down. Once again, another side-by-side battle here as Khan just continues to plant the hammer in and fight it out. The Oaksy man, these guys, oh, not this time! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my! I was just talking about how fast this thing can turn on a dime, and next thing you know, the hard racing gets the better of both of them, and unfortunately, that's going to be a major upset there for Oaksy and Khan. Khan is getting told he's going to the back for that one. Let's look at the replay. Oh, he just slightly drives up into Oaksy. I know that's hard racing. You're just trying to keep it away from trouble, but you have to still remember you can't just drive it in that deep in that turn. You got to make sure you watch that line inside, and unfortunately, Colin just could not quite get out of that mess and get out of that situation, and unfortunately, Oaksy gets the tag and a half there, if you will. This is how close these drivers were right here. You can just see this was where things got crazy. And again, you can see both the drivers were holding their line in very well, both of them fighting it quick. But again, when you're in that situation, that circumstance, you don't try to take out someone or try to do it. And obviously it wasn't intentional by Khan, but you can just see Oaksy. Just that slight bobble, man, that's all it took. Khan's already off the gas. He's trying to keep the car stable. He's trying to save it. And absolutely frustrating, to say the least here. Frustration at its finest and at its toughest, if you will. They will get him centered back in right now, race fans. They'll get him back on the part. And on the restart, Corey Reed. It's finally his opportunity, his chance. He'll have a couple more laps to figure it out and get it done. You got Chantel Bottle and Keith Checkmate Taylor, and now even Robert Dudleyville are going to go at him here with it. So we'll see who's going to be the best here out of that four. But when we come back, which one of these drivers will come out on top? We'll find out.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey, while I start trying over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, What you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, race fans. As right now, currently, we are still under caution after the little incident between Robert Kahn and Jeffrey Oaks. Oaksy is back out on the track. He'll be in the 11th spot. Kahn having to start back in the 17th after getting into it there with Oaksy. He'll have to start from the back of the pack and have to work his way back in it. Field will work their way around and stabilize them back down. It's going to be a little bit of hard racing here for some of these drivers. As you see, Warren Young been pretty much marking his way in here all the whole time. But Nick Kern as well. You know, he's been pretty much hiding in the back for a while, but he's moved up to 7th place from where he started back from 11th and all that. So I think now he might have a really good shot at taking this over, but we can't count out Dan Miglin or Cindy the Closer Taylor. Both drivers were pretty much caught off guard and caught into situations and issues, and now they look to try to fix that and change that here with this run. Come up ahead, but again, there are some big stories in development here because right now, with only 18 laps remaining on the restart, Corey Reed looking for his first career win ever, not just in Xfinity, but ever on PT Race TV. Chantel Bottle looking to finally destroy the naysayers and show she can run any series and win in Xfinity. We'll see how this handles and how this comes to be. Kenneth Crawford just a little while ago saying tough break there, referring to Robert Kahn, his brother, unfortunately with what happened there. Everybody looking to keep up the pace, keep up the momentum as our field will run their way down in the line and down into the positions. This is where things get really crazy and get really interesting, folks. Which one of these drivers will get the better of the two, will get the better of the situation? Riding them back down on the front straightaway here. Coming across here looking for the green flag. Pop on out, lights pop on, green comes out. We're back, we're ready, we're going green. Field marching their way around, checkmate immediately, crossover around the 5, moving in, here comes the 18. Warren Young immediately, the Budweiser Chevrolet Camaro looking to make a move off to get some speed developing down as he gets up to Corey Reed. Robert Dudley already looking to make some moves as well. Side by side he goes there with the 5 of Chantel Bottle. Chantel maybe backing off her corners just a little bit right now, looking to save up for the big run later. Oh, and as I say, that gets into the side there, Robert Dudley, as Dan Miglin gets caught up in a bit of a 3-wide tandem there at turn 4 for a second. Had to try to hold his line down, keep up there, Brandon Pike and Jeffrey Oaks. Oaks here right now trying to march quickly, march fast. Miglin getting a good burst of speed, burst of energy off the corners of the bottom strip now. Hard charge coming down the back straightaway for Dan Miglin. Side by side, he takes it down with Cindy the Closer Taylor, as Revzilla is putting the rev limiter to good use. Field works their way around, 3 wide salute down on the front straightaway. Taylor, Oaksy, and Miglin going at it. Neither one giving an inch. Neither one wants to lose opportunity when they can see it. They both need to get a good jump off this and start to really hammer it in. Robert Dudley trying to stay out of trouble, but he's willing to put up a risk and put up a shot as he goes around Nick Kern there in the 69. The Hardy 69 doing everything he can, trying to do what they needs to. Everybody is doing their dangest, doing their hardest to stay out of trouble, if you will, but they also want nothing more than to win this one out and finish strong. Warren Young, the 18, now following right behind there with the 49er, Robert Dudley. Dudleyville is doing what he needs right now, but I can guarantee you one thing. He knows who's coming up fast on him, and he knows he's got to start really pushing some more speed in there. Chantel Bottle, I was mentioning a minute ago, I think she's saving up for the long run. Now it looks like that long run has come to full use, come to fruition. She's pushing everything she's got. She's up with checkmate now. Checkmate might be in trouble here. Looking to move on the inside line. Here she comes down, cross down. Here comes the dive bomb from the high end of the bottom, or as I like to call it in dirt track, slider uphill. But in asphalt racing, it's the development of the haymaker as we know it as. Trying to do what Robert Kahn was doing a little while ago. Go up high, then down low, then spill it into the bottom. Charging fast, charging quickly. Corey Reed still hanging in there. Robert Kahn now, I mentioned him a minute ago. He's back up there, and he's back with Jeffrey Oaks. Oaks, he probably stunned in him silence. He tried to count him back up that quickly. Kahn is a man and a half right now. Not happy about having to go to the back, but you drive how you get put there, man. Hanging on for dear life here. Last wind down. Final 12 coming up. Field works their way in. Every driver for themselves here as we continue to pace them in. Looking for the A1 glass white flag when that tough's on by. One name we did not mention too much of today either is that boy right here, Dustin Sornaker. Sparky's actually putting up a little bit of a fight here back from the 12th spot. He's up 7. Started dead last. He's a hard charger, but he's not the ultimate hard charger tonight. But in his mind, he's got to be happy with what he's doing right now and just staying with this field. Coming around out of the front straight away here, almost a 3 west. It is 3 wide, slow. Oh, and Warren Young gets tagged in there, and it's Dan Miglin yet again. Miglin nowhere to go. Young gets the cut of the boot, and the coup de grace sends him into the shadow realm. And the 18 has got to be a little furious about that. Not too thrilled that he once again gets caught up in a situation. And once again, that 3 wide salute in the turn at Chicagoland just bit him again. Taking a look at it. Coming right around. Brandon Pike just barely drifts up, but it was enough to get Miglin loose and Oaksy in, and unfortunately had nowhere to go. Taking another look at it from another angle here. We'll show you the situation there as they were coming around. I mean, no, obviously in a 3 wide salute situation, it can be attributed to hard racing or just a big mistake, but almost a 4 wide, if you will. Miglin takes it in there. Pike kind of drifts up slightly, gets Miglin, and ends up being that Warren does not escape the troubles, and Young gets a little bit of that, and so did Oaksy. And Miglin's not going to come pretty much to a crashing end here. Maybe same for Warren here, but looks like they have got some pit stops that they put in and some instant repairs done on the cars. So that might be just enough. Bit of an interesting situation here now up front. Corey Reed stays out. Checkmate stays out. Chantel actually goes into pit road. Pike as well. Baker, Cindy, Jeffrey, Kern, Jason Reif, Wally Babb. All of them go in except for our 5 guys out here right now, which would be Reed, Checkmate, Taylor, Robert Dudley, Robert Kahn, and Matthew Hofford. And the reason why those that were up front went to the pits, well, it's pretty simple. They are going to look for a full throttle assault restart and pretty much just pass anyone that is in their way. Believe it or not, fresh tires here at Chicagoland can make for some good moves and some good positions. But my question is, with that fuel run, is there enough in Reed's, Taylor's, and Dudley's? Because we know Kahn went into pit road and got that fixed up, and we know Hofford has a little bit in there still. So is there enough time to get that fuel run down and also get this race finished out? Because we've only got 14 minutes left on the clock, actually 15 minutes left on the clock here from the iRacing timer. The race officials right now telling me that they need to get this finished up within that time slot. So if they do wreck one more time or didn't get a caution, they will have 1 more green-white checker start at the least. They could get about 2 in, but this could turn into a bit of a situation like we had in Michigan back when we were running the truck series there. So this will be a bit interesting. An interesting situation. We'll see how they handle. D-Buster Paul saying the more of them 2 butt heads, the better for number 5. LOL. He got to keep her on good side. Might not get any. Right about now, I don't know how 5 cooks, but I gotta believe she's probably a pretty good cook considering she likes to cook up a few sliders in dirt on some folks, myself included, I'll admit, so. Here we go, race fans. Do or die time for some of these drivers. Some of them still looking for their first career win, not just on the show, but also on the Xfinity Series. And at the moment, this is do or die time for some of these drivers. And you gotta wonder in your mind, is it finally time for Corey Reed to get into victory lane? He's only gonna have to last out 6 laps. You know he's gonna hard charge it off and get some speed built up. But does he have enough in it to keep ahead? Because remember, some of these guys are going to be hard to take care of. So, he's saying no, she's not. He cooks, and she's a sweetheart. Oh, all right, I didn't know that, so my bad. Coming around here, around that front straightaway now, charging them off, getting ready to fire them back in, back to the green flag. Corey Reed starts them, 6 to go. And please, for the life of me, do not learn from what I saw in Knoxville, please. Coming off, here we go. The drivers in the back now, looking for the full throttle assault. They'll need about a lap to get them in. The 5's already pushing. She's got some speed coming up on the outside. You can see it coming up on Hoffer. Checkmate and 21 of Rubbercon firing in quickly. Dudleyville is right there with Reed. Dudley looking to try to make the pass on the inside line. Both drivers side by side. We got problems. We got problems. Big wreck in between there. Nick Kern unfortunately getting caught up in this one. Dustin Soninker, Matthew Hoffert all involved in that one. And Chantel Bottle gets in it as well. That's the risk you run when you go into pit road like that. That's the risk that can pull you into situation territory like that. And now, well, they're only going to have one more restart at best to get a chance at this here. Let's take a look at the replay, though, and find out what happened. We're going to try and see what went wrong here. Hofferts, oh, just barely taps the spot. Chantel tries to save it. And Dustin Sonaker gets into that one. Oh, man. That is a hard break, to say the least here. That is one of the toughest breaks you'll see on the track when that happens. Hoffer was trying to hold his line down, and you can see right here what happens. See too, he was just trying to hold his line down. You can see even Chantel is trying to save it. I mean, the speeds that are coming around those corners, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, but that's just a tough break there. Well, here's the dilemma, folks. This is their last restart. Unless they can literally go in, unless they can get that white flag in, then they'll pretty much be about it. When we get back to the race, they'll have literally about, I guess maybe they can get one more green-white checkered in if they cannot get the first one done, but I don't think that happened here. But it appears those that went into pit road may have bit off more than they could chew, not thinking about that little situation there. Absolute heartbreaker for a lot of these drivers out here, unfortunately. And just a tough break to say the least. Warren Young, I'm not sure what he's trying to do down there. I think he's just opened up his own lawn care service. Went off the track there in the 18. So field will pretty much all but secure this one back down, field it around. And now, makes you wonder. Saw Robert Dudley kind of putting the boot up to Corey Reed a minute ago. Does Dudley finally have enough to win this one out? Remember last time he went to the battle here with these guys and gals, it was him and Cindy Taylor up at Atlanta for a good chunk. Cindy would come out on top that time with the strategy. This time, it's all about pure speed and a little luck. That is going to give the difference maker to each of these drivers. Dudley trying to conserve his fuel and trying to conserve his tires. Reed right now not too worried about it. He's just staying focused on the task at hand. Robert Kahn, though, the crafty little one, has literally sneaked his way back up, and I guarantee those fresher tires are playing into the mind of both drivers right now, and got to be a big concern for them. We'll see how he'll handle the nerves, how he'll handle the situation. They are getting ready to file him back, double file in one more time. The first of 3 green-white checkers is about to commence. Well now, race fans, we've always talked about the crazy finishes of our times and the crazy days of our racing. And as we know before, we will see each of these drivers putting on a battle, putting on a run. And this will be, in my opinion, the biggest showing and tell of the tale. Kahn's bad fast, we know that much, but does Corey Reed finally try to defend him off and keep him away from winning this one? He's never won. On Pizza Racing TV, he's come so close and been put in that driver's seat before. He's a fast hombre on that, but does he have enough to hold off Kahn? You know, Kahn will try to sneak his way around, try to take over position. They'll charge him in around the front straightaway here. Here we go, back to the green, flies up. Reed looking to try to do the unthinkable, but the only problem is he's got Dudley already sneaking his way around. Dudley right to the bottom. Reed has to finally get some speed up on the outside. He's got to keep him down there so he doesn't build up speed on the outside. Kahn's going to be in a bit of a predicament here. They'll have it down to the white flag, and this time by the A1, we're going to get him on down. Corey Reed up high. Dudley down low. Kahn in the middle. Up to the position now. Kahn has to back off to the A1 class. White flag we go. The white flag presented by A1 Glass Incorporated right now, looking to pull off some crazy positions here as they lead him in down to turn 2. Both drivers still side by side in the battle position. Kahn gets in there with Dudley. Dudley crashes him in. And Nick Erdin, all them crash in. Big wreck right behind the race leaders. But out of turn 3 into turn 4, he'll finally do it. The Canadian from the Rock, Corey Reed, wins at Chicagoland. And Chantel out. Whoa! Big wreck behind him. Chantel actually managing to make it all the way to 3rd. All the way from the outhouse to the White House. Jeffrey Oaks coming away 2nd despite the wreck earlier on. What an insane finish and a night to finish this one out. What on earth? Well, you know, we talked about it before, and the insane finishes and the insane chances that come up with this racing, but good Lord Almighty, I was not expecting that of all things, but I don't think that anybody was expecting this one to come out the way it did, but hey, he will finally get his race win in. He's been searching for a while. Corey Reed. And there go, Chris, number 27, Chevrolet Camaro, wins at Chicagoland Speedway for the very first time in his young career. And a big victory, to say the least, for his Canadian allies and his friends down there. We'll take it down here and have a look at our top drivers here tonight. The 19 now popping up on your screen. Here's how we ended out here tonight. This is how the A1 Glass comes. Results popping up. Corey Reed wins it. Second goes to Jeffrey Oaks. Third to Chantel Pottle. Fourth to Kevin Baker. Fifth to Keith Checkmate Taylor. Sixth to Wally Babs. Seventh to Robert Dudley. Eighth to Nick Kern. Ninth to Matthew Hoffert. 10th to Dustin Sonaker. 11th to Jason Reif. 12th to Cindy Taylor. 13th to Daniel Miglin. 14th to Warren Young. 15th to Brandon Pike. 16th to Robert Kahn. 17th to Jeffrey Tatas. 18th going to Chad Lancaster with Michael Vineyard. Rounding out your top drivers. Wow. Okay, before we go and talk with our guys and gals here, there is one little thing we need to do real quick. I need to go back and find out how the heck did any of these drivers escape the madness behind them. That's my first question, because that was just pure insanity on multiple ends of the spectrum. So here we go. Let's take a look at this one from the start here. Watch back here as we take a look at Dudleyville getting into it, unfortunately, there. Big wreck behind, but even Brandon Pike and all them getting kind of caught up in there. Big wreck glides in, drivers are flying through the air, and problems every which way to Sunday, if you will. That's where that started, but again, we'll take a look at it from their angle. We'll get a little closer here on Dudley and Kahn. We'll talk about our top three here in just a minute here, folks, but again, this is just really so crazy. We just gotta look at the angles here and see what we see. Here's where Kahn gets tagged in. He actually bumps the wall protection. Dudley actually tags him, so Kahn started that to begin with. And that's where the situation brew. But there is one view I would like to see, though, because I feel like this might be an interesting view here. We're going to go to the onboard real quick. Chantel Pottle. I just want you guys to see this madness unfold. She had to work from the very end of this one and got up to third. So watch this from the end. This is the final lap. This will be the last one. Watch this. Everybody just gets tagged in. They're crashing. Sneaks by. How do you avoid that, much less figure out a way to get around that situation? That's just nuts. Kevin Baker's trying to reset and recorrect. She's got a run down. Checkmate gets loose. Gets into the wall. And pretty much she tries to save it, keep it going, just enough, and it will get third. And that, if that wasn't one of the crazier finishes I have seen in a while, I don't know what is. What a race. Just what a night, man. That was madness. Alright, race fans, let's go down and talk with our drivers here as they join me in here real quick. Our third place finisher now joins me. That is Chantel, the Throttle Pottle. Chantel, we just literally watched the onboard camera of you on that last lap, going through that entire mess in that field there. What on earth were you thinking having to come back from the pack there?
I don't know. I was just let off the gas and coast through all that. Pretty good finish. Was running top three and then got wrecked. I never got hit. And ended up back to 15th and made it right back up to third. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, about to say you had to really charge in quick and charge up fast, but managed to make it work and do all that, then some. So, Chantal, I got to ask you, you're coming away with a third place finish after this crazy night of racing. Who do you want to thank you for that?
On that PTM and all of our sponsors, which I don't have a list of them, but they've been shown in the broadcast.
For sure, there we will get you covered there on the end, but nevertheless, here, congratulations on a career-making night and another race win, or another third place finish here tonight, I should say. Chantel, Throttle Power coming away third here tonight. Race fans, just absolutely crazy to say the least how that one played out. But we'll go ahead and now bring in our second place finisher, supposed to be Jeffrey Oaks. We do not have a radio copy with Jeffrey Oaks. No word on if he will join me or not. So we'll give him the second place finish results there. Popping him down now. We'll then bring in our race winner here tonight. He joins me here in Victory Lane. Race fans, coming to you all the way from Canada. It's our boy here, Corey Reed. And Corey, if you got a copy down there, man, you had to literally work for that one and then some, holding off Kahn and then holding off Dudley on the last laps. Corey, I don't think we got a copy down there with you, bud. Quick, somebody pull his strings. He's not talking down here. We'll give him a minute here, folks. Sometimes I can't quite show you what's going on our channel right now, but he may be having some problems down there getting a hold of us here. So, see if maybe we can get him in this way. Corey, can you hear us now, man? Maybe give him another minute or two here, folks. I'm not sure. Seems like we're always having mic troubles around here. Hold on one sec. Let's see if maybe we can get a hold of him another way here. It's always a way to get a hold of these people here, so don't worry, folks. So, nope, unfortunately nothing on our end here, so we won't be able to get a hold of anybody here tonight. So, unfortunately, that'll just be kind of how we wrap this one off here. So, hopefully, though, we will be able to talk with Corey in our time here. But, nevertheless, race fans here, we're going to end this night on a high note and on a crazy note. But we do have a doubleheader coming your way tomorrow night. Monday night series returns with the Rock series, a Fast and Fun, and they're taking it down to Mazda Town. That is right, the Mazda racetrack. The road course will be put to good use and put to a big ovation. We'll see how that handles, as also the drivers of Pushing Limits Racing League will come on back on the show. But before we go, a word to our sponsors, Green Tech Energy, A1 Glass Incorporated, The Butt Kicker Company, FEGPC.net, SimRacingMerch.com, GridFinder.com, Matt Mills, Bottles Wraps, and of course Melgar Motorsports. Thank you again for everything. Thank you again for your support, for all you guys have done, all you have given to us. We cannot thank you enough. And to all you fans at home, thank you in large part to all you. We wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So until the very next time we return to PTM Racing TV, thank you again. Please now be safe. God bless. Take care. And I will see you next time when the green flag flies right here on PTM Racing TV.